drive you away. I know what you say. You say, oh, someone you know. I promise I'll always look out for you. That's what I'll do. Say my heart is yours. It's you that I hold on to. That's what I do. I know I was wrong, but I won't let you down. Yes, I will. I said I cried. I saw sparks. Yeah, I saw sparks.
Hi, you're on top of my little honey jar here. And today I'm just going to do a Q&A while I kind of like get ready for the morning. I'm going to make my son breakfast, but he wants like spaghetti, so it's just leftovers. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to do some dishes and stuff. So it's really not a very interesting vlog. You can probably hear the helicopter hovering over. We do have an airport nearby, and they have like a helicopter school. And is it a Chinook? I don't know, but it's one of those helicopters with like the two different propellers. And she, I don't know, keeps trading around here. So, and I do know because I had a friend, or have a friend, that used to rent out her spare room to students, helicopter students that were women, and a lot of them came from like Japan or Brazil or other, different countries, to train as a helicopter pilot here in the US because they're more open, I guess, for women to become helicopter pilots than in other countries. So yeah, I know, interesting story, but I have questions I want to answer for you today. Oh, and if you're new here, I'm Suan, and this is my little cozy world here in the suburbs of Southern California. I kind of share mindful living tips and, just my daily life, how you don't have to like sell all your crap and move to, the Scottish Highlands to live a mindful and, simple life. You can just do it right here, wherever you are, right? So don't mind the throat. It's allergy season. All the flowers are blooming around the hillsides around here, and a lot of the farms do like regenerative farming. They're not certified organic because that costs a lot of money to get certified and have like all the ties and the stickers and all that says that you're certified organic. So, but a lot of them around here do regenerative farming, and so they plant like, I don't know if it's mustard greens or some sort of radish or something. So like they plant it and then they chop and drop them is what they do. So right now they're like all blooming and it's just affecting my allergies because it's a lot. So first is, how do you do it all? YouTube, Substack, coaching, homeschooling, all that stuff. I try not, like I have to, like I can't do it all at the same time. Like my mind just can't do that. So oftentimes, like with YouTube videos, I'll like film a bunch of videos like during 1 week and then edit them, you know, as I go. And that will like be enough for like a month or so. Same with like my podcast. I'll like record 4 or 5 episodes in one day, because usually my podcast is pretty short, and then like schedule that out. And then with Substack, I kind of do the same thing. So I guess I batch the content. I can't batch the homeschooling, but I can batch everything else to fit into my life. And I find that with homeschooling, like my kids take a lot of classes, and my oldest son is very independent, so he can do stuff on his own, whereas my younger two need more of my guidance. And I just kind of, it's just pockets of time here and there. Like we don't homeschool throughout like the whole day. Like it's not like 8 hours of homeschooling. Like that's ridiculous. Or like 2 hours, depending on the day, you know? So, but like I said, my kids take classes outside of the house as well. So mainly art classes, but in next year, my soon to be high schooler will be taking some college classes as well. So that will be, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. So yeah. So yeah, I don't, oh, and then coaching, like I only have Thursday is my day to like do one-on-one coaching. With my Voxer coaching, you know, it's easy just to pop in throughout the week, but for like one-on-one coaching where it's like a Zoom call or in person, it's usually on a Thursday, because that is when my calendar is quite open and free. And then on weekends, I try not to do any of it. I try to just, my weekends are for me and my family, and I try not to do any worky kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how I do it all, which I don't really do it all. I don't do it all at once. I guess that's it. I don't do it all at once. Okay, so let me move the camera. All right, so next question is kind of related to that question, is how do you find sanity during busy days? Well, you just have to find pockets of time just for you, just to decompress. And sometimes, to be honest, sometimes I will pop in my like noise canceling earbuds, and that helps a lot, because it's like overstimulation is what it is for me. Overstimulation. When I have my day is way too busy, it's because I'm overstimulated. And if I just pop in those earbuds, then it just helps. It just helps so much. I don't know what yeah. It just helps calm my system. And so that's what I do. And my kids know when I have my earbuds on, like, don't talk to me. So kind of training them, I guess, too. And then also learning not to schedule out those busy days. Like if I do have like a really busy day, it's not like an everyday thing. It's a once in a while thing, and I prepare myself for that and remind myself it's just one day and not every day. If my life was like that every day, then I would definitely make changes so that my life isn't like crazy busy like that. So yeah, that's how I find sanity during a really busy day. I have to do dishes, so. Okay, next question is, as a busy mom, it's a lot of busyness here. As a busy mom, what's your go-to meals? So I try to do things that are easy for me to make and that will last a couple days, because I don't want to cook every day. I don't have time to cook every day. So I just don't want to cook every day. And when I get experimental, it's usually on the weekends. But during the week, it's pretty almost kind of the same. I'm surprised my kids aren't bored of it yet. But Usually like I make a ragu, and we can eat that with like a variety of different pasta, or we can have like, you know, what is it? Eggs in purgatory, you know, stuff like that. And then there's like a roast chicken that's easy to do. In my Instant Pot, I like to make pulled pork or carnitas. I also like to make chicken katsu. I'll make chicken katsu because I can make like a big batch. Like when I'm going to cook with, fry something in oil, I'm going to make a really big batch because it's like, you know, a lot to do, and I don't want to waste that oil either. So I cook like a big batch of either chicken katsu or pork katsu, tonkatsu. I cook them in small, like almost like chicken nuggets or chicken fingers kind of style, rather than like the big cutlets. And then what else? Pho. Pho is a really good one because a lot of pho will last. Well, with my kids, it doesn't last that long, but maybe like 2-3 days it'll last. Hamburgers are easy. Steak is easy if I want a quick meal. Salmon, just like broiling some salmon in like our little oven here, the Wonder Oven, I think it's called. I think that's it. Those are our go-to meals. Some days I'm really super lazy and I do have stuff in the freezer, such as like Costco, or from Costco, or from like Costco, I have like the chicken nuggets from the Kirkland Costco. And then I also, when we go to Trader Joe's, I'll get the orange chicken and like the mini pizzas. And that usually is like a go-to meal when we're super busy and I don't have time to cook and we're all done with the leftovers. Like breakfast is very simple. Like my kids probably don't eat the healthiest of breakfast. It's either leftovers, which I think that's healthy, or it's like cereal, which is not the greatest. They do have like canned smoothies in the refrigerator that they can grab if they're, you know, need that extra oomph. I have yogurt, stuff like that. So, and then my kids love bread, so toast or croissants or something, they'll want to eat that for breakfast. But during the week, I don't make a big deal about making like a home cooked nutritious meal for breakfast. But on the weekends, I do like to, I don't know, see that helicopter's going around again. I do like to make like pancakes or waffles, or sometimes I'll like if I have leftover rice, and if it's enough rice, because my kids kind of devour rice, but if I have enough leftover rice, I'll make like fried rice and eggs, and you know, bacon, things like that. So yeah, I make do with leftovers. Leftovers are like the hero in our house, and luckily my kids aren't like offended by leftovers. I know some people out there hate leftovers. You know, sometimes it is just like plain leftovers, and other times like we mix it up. So like the other day I made a roast beef, and then with the leftover roast beef I made a hash, and then we ate that like tacos, like with tortilla. And you know, my kids are happy with that because every night's a taco night. But I think that's something like, I don't know other parts of the country, but I know here in Southern California, whatever leftovers you have, you can probably make it into a taco the next day. Like we've done that with corned beef and hash, corned beef, and make a hash and then eat that as a taco. That was really good. You make like a bunch of like Korean barbecue, and then the next day it becomes taco. So tacofy whatever I can as well. So yeah, tacos and carnitas and pulled pork, and sometimes if I just have ground meat, I'll make like a Taco Bell kind of taco, but we don't do the crunchy shells with all the crap on it. Yeah, I'm getting it. My son's hungry. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, next question is, okay, it's so hard to say no. I like being helpful even if it's draining. Help me. Okay. It takes time. It takes time to say no. It's like something that you slowly have to do. It's not going to change overnight. And you just have to change your mindset. Like you can't be there. You can't be everyone's hero. You can be hero for one, but you can't be everyone's hero, and you can't be everyone's hero all the time. And it's not your job to be the hero as well. Other people can do things too. It's not like, not everything has to rest on your shoulders, okay? You have to let other people take responsibility, and you don't have to do it all. So you just got to change your mindset, which is something I work with my clients, is helping them change their mindset around productivity, around people pleasing and, saying no. Yeah, saying no. We need to say no more often, because every time we say no, we're saying yes to what matters. And we're saying yes to everything, we're saying no to what matters. So it takes time. So you start with something small, start saying no until it gets more comfortable, until your nervous system gets comfortable with it. And then your nervous system will stop screaming at you too. And you'll be able to hear your intuition a little bit better. And then, yeah, just baby steps, baby steps. You don't need to say no to something big, but just say no to one thing this week. And then feel all the feels. Tell your inner child, tell your anxiety, tell your nervous system that you're okay, that you got this. That's not the end of the world if you don't do this one thing that someone asks you to do. And then as you get more comfortable, then you can say no to more things until you get to a point. I mean, don't say no to everything, because then, you may miss out on stuff that's important in life. But I think you know what's best for you. And you need to listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Listen to your intuition. You got this. You can say no. Next is, I want to slow down, but my partner is not game. How do I deal? You just have to, really sit down and talk with your partner about it. Like really, discuss why you want to slow down. It may be a hard conversation, but you just need to talk about how you're feeling, how it's making you feel exhausted, and how you don't think you can keep up. And if they don't want to slow down, then you don't have to do everything with them. There's no law out there that says that you must do everything with your partner. Like, have some independence. Do your own thing. If your partner wants to go out and you don't have to go out. It's okay. If you're going on vacation and you want to have like a slow and gentle vacation and they just want to hit all the things, you're gonna, relationships, you got to compromise. You need to have a compromise of some sort. Maybe one day you do all the things and then the next day you just kind of chillax at your Airbnb or whatever, so there's just compromise. You don't need to do everything that your partner wants to do, because that's not a really balanced relationship. And you need to have those hard conversations. And they're not going to feel good, but we can't make everyone happy. That's not our job to make everyone happy. And, maybe they'll be disappointed, but guess what? They'll get over it. Pretty much everyone usually gets over it, right? Okay, I don't want to make this video too complicated to edit, because I'm kind of recording this last minute, because I meant to record this video earlier this week. But, life happened. And then also, I don't know, yesterday I just felt like cleaning my kitchen. I felt like cleaning my kitchen floors. And, something about having a clean-ish kitchen really helps your mind, especially if your mind is feeling like all over the place. And that's what I needed, and that's what I did. I listened to my intuition. And, the world's not going to end if I don't get this video up on a Friday. World's not going to end if I don't get this video up at all. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put things in perspective. And I'm consciously not feeding the algorithms, not feeding what they want. I don't want to put out crap just to put out stuff, if that makes sense. I want to put out content that feels good to me, that aligns with my values, and that hopefully you guys want to watch. Which reminds me, if you haven't done so yet, I would love it if you subscribed. A lot of my viewers aren't subscribers, which I find interesting. So please subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps a lot. And share the video, like the video, do all those things. Because even though I'm not feeding the algorithm what they want, you doing those things help them know that it's content that, is worth a watch. Yeah? And I know I'm not like some flashy, content creator, and I'm not... Rex, no! All right. So I know I'm not some flashy content. I know I'm not some flashy content creator. I'm not like a young and beautiful like YouTuber where you just want to watch whatever they're creating, because they're enjoyable to look at, basically. So yeah, like I know that's not me. I'm like some middle-aged woman going through perimenopause, sharing her life, her not so very glamorous life in the suburbs of Southern California where everything is like super expensive. And, you know, I homeschool my kids, but I'm not doing anything elaborate, you know, homeschool that looks like a fairy tale or something. That's what sometimes I feel like what people are producing on Instagram. It's like this fairy tale dream of what homeschool could look like, but it's not reality. And that irritates the crap out of me. So here you get real life shit. I don't even know if I answered a question or not. So I feel so inferior compared to others online living their best lives and being successful, which is exactly why I have this channel, to show you that not everyone has a life like that. You know, I'm real and I'm not pushing any fake agenda out there. I'm just saying that, you know, you can live a slow, mindful life without throwing away all your crap and moving to the Highlands, the Scottish Highlands. You can you can live mindfully exactly where you are. And so I think what you need to do is unfollow those people that make you feel like crap. You don't need to be following them at all. Like, what's the point? Unfollow. They're not going to care. Unfollow. And if it's a friend and you feel bad for unfollowing them, then mute them. Mute them. You can mute them and not see their content, and you're good. I do it all the time. And if they feel bad about it, then you know what? Then I don't know. Then they're probably not real friends. Because my friends wouldn't care if I muted them, because they know how like busy and chaotic life can be, and how like it's easy to get stuck on social media, like looking at people's Instagram stories and stuff like that. So yeah, it's okay to mute people. It's okay to even get off the freaking internet. Get off your phone. Delete the app if you need to. If it's like that, if it messes with you that much, you don't need it. We survived before social media. You can survive after social media. And plus nowadays, it seems like Gen Z and is really embracing the grandma activities, like, you know, hobbies. Hobbies. People don't have hobbies anymore. They're hopping on social media and scrolling is a hobby. Ingesting all like the 24/7 news is a hobby. But people aren't having hobbies, you know, crocheting, coloring, knitting, needle pointing, painting, drawing, reading, hiking, you know, what other hobbies? Gardening. You know, there's other hobbies out there. So just pick up a hobby again. Pick up a hobby. Every time you feel like you need to go on social media, grab a book instead. Like what I carry with me everywhere I go is a book. Also my AirPods, so that I could listen to an audiobook if I, you know, because sometimes I'm wearing my sunglasses and I have to wear, I have bifocals because I'm old. But my sunglasses don't have bifocals in them because I didn't want to pay the extra money to do that. And so I can't really read outside unless I'm like this, and I don't want to be like that. So I listen to an audiobook. So if I'm at the park with my kids, I'll listen to an audiobook instead of scrolling my phone. If I'm at jujitsu with my kids, I bring a book. I also have like a little field notebook that I keep in my bag, so that if I want to write, I want to journal, I want to process something, I want to make a list or something like that, or brainstorm, I have that ready to go. So I'm not always on my phone. I don't like to always be on my phone, but my phone is a part of my life because I do have one-on-one clients I work with, and we connect in between calls on Voxer. So I need to have that available. I do have to post content on Instagram, and so I need to have that on my phone. But what I do now is 1 week a month. I take the whole week off. I delete all the socials from my phone. And I just be. It's kind of like a low tech week, which I plan on making a video about that, because I think, you know, it's nice to be able to just throw it all away and not have any of it. But some of us have online businesses, or we have kids that are in school and we need to be able to contact them easily. And Yeah, we can't always have a dumb phone, you know? So, coming soon. So, I recommend muting people on social media, unfollowing people on social media, picking up something else, replacing your habit of scrolling with something else. You know, you can get a coloring book too, or crossword puzzles. I used to love crossword puzzles. I used to do them all the time, and now I don't. I think I'm going to get myself a crossword puzzle because I don't want to do it on my phone. You know, I don't want to do it on my phone. I think that's what it was. Like I used to have books that I would do, and then I got the like New York Times crossword puzzle on my phone and started doing it there. And then I stopped using my phone so much, and so now I need to go back to my old school ways. And then like living your best, maybe you need to live your best life. You need to do, instead of comparing yourself to others living their best lives, you live your best life, whatever your best life is. Live that, live that. And then, and then success. Success is kind of, I know if I like just threw everything else in my life to the side and just focused on my business, I could be super successful. I already know that, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to neglect homeschooling my kids. I don't want to neglect my relationships. I don't want to neglect all these other aspects of my life in order to have a successful business. So maybe you need to kind of reframe what success means to you and, you know, align your actions with that, with what you value. Come on, guys. So, which kind of leads me to how do I create a successful business without hustling and burning out? So, like I said, like you just have to reevaluate what success means to you, what's important in your life, and then there's no such thing as balance, but there I think you can integrate your life with your business, or it should be joyful. If it's not joyful, then I don't think it's really worth doing. You should find some joy in it. And if you are just, burning the midnight oil and trying to hustle and trying to go viral and trying to like almost like this desperate energy to get things going, it's going to burn you out. Okay? So let's not have that desperate energy. Let's come from a place that is solid. Let's come from a place that is secure with themselves. And you may have to like start batching and fitting in things here and there rather than doing things every day, because that burns me out. If I do things every day, that burns me out. Like recently, I launched the Cozy Life Circle, which is like my paid membership on Substack. And before that, I did the Cozy Life Retreat. And it was just like being on social media and promoting it and writing and creating all the content for it. And it was just 3 weeks, but that was like, for some people, that 3 weeks wasn't intense, but for me, it was intense. It was just a lot of being online, which is something I don't really enjoy doing. It depletes me rather quickly. And so or being on social media, I should say, not being on YouTube. YouTube is fine. I like YouTube. Substack is fine. I love writing, but being on social media is kind of exhausting for me. And so I'm tired and I can't wait. That's why I haven't been on that much this week, just like keep popping in here and there. And then also next week, I'm taking my week off of social media and I can't wait because I need it. I need it to refill my cup so that I can continue being online. Like I'm going to be gone for a week. No one's going to miss me, No one's going to miss me. And the algorithms, screw the algorithms. I don't really care about them. I don't really care about the AI out there dictating the success that I'm going to have. Like, screw you. So, yeah. Just know that when you are online on like social media, you're going to resonate with the people that already resonate with you, right? The point of it is not to be famous, I hope. Like it's not about having a large following and all those vanity metrics. The point is to like connect with the people that are your customers, your potential clients. Maybe you have a different opinion on business and that you should like hustle and go all in. Okay, we live on a corner. And people walk their dogs, and it's always around our corner because it's, you know, it's not like across the street. They always walk around our house. And plus we have like a little free library, so people like to check that out. So my dog gets all worked up about it. Yeah. Kind of frustrating. Okay. And then the last question is how to restart after taking a medical leave of absence due to a hostile workplace. I'm lost. Well, take it one day at a time. Baby steps. One day at a time. Baby steps. Listen to your intuition. Like I said, your intuition is that small, quiet voice whispering to you, and not that loud, screaming voice, because that is your nervous system protecting you. And I think it's important to nourish yourself, to take care of yourself, to refill your cup, whatever you may need to do. Maybe you need to take some time off. Maybe you don't go back to that hostile work environment and find a job elsewhere. Maybe that's going to take time. If you have to go on unemployment for a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully you have savings. I mean, that is really important, is to have minimum 6 months of savings to, like, if you need to live off of it. And, you know, utilize whatever resources are out there to help you so that you can handle those hostile situations at work. This person I'm talking to right now, I know personally, and he's a teacher. And so, yeah, teaching is tough, especially now. Teaching is real tough. I kind of felt it, the change, before I quit. It was like that last year I was teaching. It didn't resonate with me. It didn't feel good. And I just kind of saw the direction everything was going, and I didn't want to be a part of that. And so I quit. And now here I am, a YouTuber. I would take care of yourself. I think that's most important, because as a teacher, you can't really, because you give so much of yourself to your students, you know, and then on top of that, you have like to deal with all like the admin and all the meetings and the paperwork and all the things that aren't what you signed up for. Because what you signed up for as a teacher was to teach kids, not all this other crap that takes up your time. And it does take up a lot of time and a lot of energy. And so you're drained. And so when you do come across challenging times, you don't have the capacity to deal with that. You know what I mean? It's easier to break down. And so you need to fill your cup. You need to fill your cup. Like truly fill your cup. Like I know a lot of teachers that kind of like self-medicate, and that's not good. We don't want to do that. We want to fill our cup with like positive things, you know, being out in nature, cooking. I know that he enjoys cooking. So like cooking, being with like good friends, reading books, you know, picking up a hobby, something that's not teaching related. And that's what I would do. I would take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. You can't give to others if you're empty. Not at all. So fill your cup up, heal yourself, and then find a better freaking work environment. And then another question, Sue, why did you change your YouTube channel name again? Well, some of you know, if you've been following me for a while, you know I've been working with a business coach for the past year, both one-on-one and in group settings. And it's just basically owning my shit. I'm trying to own my shit. My name is a difficult name, Sue Klevecka. When people see my name, they kind of like freak out and they don't know how to pronounce it. It's like it scares them or something. Too many like X's and K's. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm owning it. This is my name. This is what my business is Sue Klevecka Coaching. You know, my Substack is sueandklevecka.substack.com. But it's also called Cozy Notes because that's my podcast name. And yeah, I'm just owning my name, and not like I have this tendency to make people comfortable, but it's not my job to make people comfortable. And so I'm not going to make people comfortable because they can't pronounce my name. Instead, I'm just going to show up as me. You know, I've always been proud of my name. Even when I got older, my parents asked me if I wanted to have like an American name. It's kind of like a thing that a lot of Asians do when they're in America, because their names are difficult. They'll adopt an American name, you know, like my aunt adopted Leanne for her name. My mom adopted June. I have another cousin who adopted Anne. And yeah, it's just, I don't need to. I didn't want to. It's like, I love my name. Why would I want to do it? My name is unique. I mean, maybe not so unique in Vietnam, but it's unique here. I only know one other person who has that name, and it's a man, and he's a yoga instructor. I like my name. I'm not going to change it, and I'm not going to change it to make other people more comfortable. From yesterday that I made, just going to cut it and then probably make French toast with it. Not today. I'm going to store it and make French toast with it probably this weekend, because it's Friday, so tomorrow's Saturday. So I'll make French toast Saturday. Or maybe Sunday. I can make French toast Sunday, because Sunday's Easter. What's up with these travel videos you keep talking about? Well, this channel, the original channel, was all about like our field trips that we would do for homeschool. And a lot of those field trips were like trips that we would purposely take to learn about something. Like, we've gone to Utah to learn about dinosaurs. We traveled Route 49 to learn about the gold rush, stuff like that, right? And so that was the original incarnation. Is that what it is? Not incantation. Incarnation of Cozy Notes. Originally, it was the Homeschool Front. That was the name of my blog, and that's what I shared on here. And then it got to the point where whenever I shared curriculum, it got really popular, and I had a lot of views, and so I started leaning into that. But then I kind of burnt out on that, because it felt like I had to constantly buy curriculum and share that online. I may not be a minimalist in other aspects of my life, but when it comes to curriculum and what we use in our homeschool, we don't use a lot. And I kind of didn't want all these things. It was just cluttering up our homeschool room. It was hard to get through everything too, because you feel like you have to use it since you got it. Or yeah, it was too much. So yeah, so then I decided to switch at the end of last year. 2024, I decided to switch my content to mindful living, because homeschooling, I feel like, is part of that. And it's a part of my life, at least. And I just wanted to do that. And also, I had finished my coaching program back in last year, I think spring of last year. A year ago. And I was building that business up. And so I just kind of wanted to streamline my life. And so my coaching is all about mindful living. So my YouTube is about mindful living. My Substack is about mindful living. And it just makes my life easier. But that being said, I do have like this backlog of travel videos that I've recorded from the past year. I'm not going to upload anything from before that, because that'd probably be too long ago. But I just want to upload them. I want to share them. And I thought about starting another channel, which I have the channel, I have the channel. I just haven't posted anything on there, because it just seems overwhelming to have to manage 2 different channels. And I just want to streamline my life, like I said. So you'll be seeing some travel videos on this channel as well, because it's like a lifestyle channel. And part of my life is traveling. Part of my life is homeschooling. Part of my life is having a coaching business. Part of my life is, maintaining the home and gardening and reading and all that stuff. And I just want to share my life with you. So thanks for being here. And again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, and hit that like button. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Because remember, I'm not sharing anything next week. I'm taking a break. Okay, ciao.